Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to the art of nonsense. Landmine with the takes, it's explosive. Chris Anthony, indie guy, then you know this is Art of Nonsense. What? Art of Nonsense. Who? Art of Nonsense. Art of Nonsense. Yo. Landmine with the takes, it's explosive. Chris Anthony, indie guy, then you know this is Art of Nonsense. What? Art of Nonsense. Who? Art of Nonsense. Art of Nonsense. Yo.
Tell everybody, well, I'm going to tell everybody, let's say happy birthday to Chris. He's now 32 years old. Yay. Christopher celebrated his birthday by going to a Jet game. And he brought them luck. They got their second win. Game. Or was it third win?
By the way.
Third?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they got their third win.
Hater.
You bring luck to the Jet franchise. Don't know why they needed to win or why they wanted to win. It served no purpose. I mean, so that was a waste of a win.
Just for pride, man. You want us to lose every game? Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't understand that logic.
The way I look at it as this, right? We're already towards the end of the season. Why play hard now when there's only 4 games left?
They've been playing hard the whole season. They just suck. That's the difference. Go look at the schedule and how close most of the games were.
Anywho.
Exactly. I don't want to hear nothing.
So Chris went to go celebrate his 32nd birthday. How was your experience, Christopher? Did you have a great time? Did you have any glizzies?
Probably the best seats that I've ever gotten in like.
Well, because nobody went to the game, so you just sat anywhere, right? It was like, come on down.
No, we paid for the tickets.
What were they, like $30?
Close.
No shit.
We ended up doing it's not usually that much, but it was one of those like
seat
tickets
geeks?
that they don't tell you where the seats are. They just tell you a section.
Oh.
And then the prices are cheaper because they don't tell you the seats, but you get your seats like close to the day of. So we ended up paying like $62 a ticket.
Wow.
But when they hit me up like, yo, your seats are ready, it ended up being the 8th row in the bottom section. So we were like all the way in the front. So I say, I like that.
That's good.
It was a gamble, but it was a good gamble, and it ended up working out for us because it was fantastic seats.
And it was raining that day too.
Yeah, it was weird. It was kind of like drizzling the whole time, but it wasn't that bad.
What was the atmosphere like that day?
It wasn't that cold. It was just gloomy, really.
Okay.
We ended up, the only issue that we had was we were on the wrong side.
You were on the visiting team. Yeah.
So we had a bunch of Falcon fans next to us.
Ooh.
And there was a group that was in front of us that was annoying. They were just standing up the whole time. We were like, yo, sit down, bro.
How you stand up the whole
game? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, sit down, man.
Nah.
We ended up moving. So, because I was just like, yo, I don't want to, they're drunk. They're being like annoying. So we ended up just moving. There was nobody next to us. So we just moved over a couple seats so we could sit down and enjoy the game.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like, yo, what kind of weirdos are you? Why are you standing up the whole time? Who does this?
Yeah.
And your team's not even that good. Like, yo, they were talking so crazy, bro. Like, they were like, oh, the Jets are garbage. I was like, bro, you guys got one more win than we do. Like, what are you talking about? You guys, yeah, but we still in playoff contention. I was like, barely? I was like, technically, mathematically, the Jets are still, they have a percentage chance of making the playoffs.
Well, because the AFC is so bad, that's why.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, we're not, you really believe your garbage team is nice like that?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
And then we won anyways. And it was
fun.
fantastic because everybody in the section, all the Jets fans in the section, as soon as the kick made it, bye guys, go back to Atlanta. But it was a good experience, you know. We did Friendsgiving as well the same weekend, and they celebrated me for my birthday there.
That was nice. I saw the cowboy stuff looking dope.
Yeah, man. You know, my fake boots for $5. And that was it, man. It was a good birthday. Simple, just the way I like it.
That's good, man. It's funny you mentioned like people standing up. So 2 weekends ago, right? I went to AEW, a wrestling event, and we had really good seats. There was literally the way it's like, I don't even know how they do this, but it goes from one seat to 2 seats, and there was literally no one in front of us. Like, who's gonna buy one single ticket?
So that's how the seats were set up in the section.
Yeah.
Got you.
So there was no one in front of us, and we were all the way to the side. We had really good seats, and it was my wife's first wrestling match. And she's like, "Why don't I hear anyone talking?" I'm like, "Babe, this is like any sporting event. You're not gonna hear commentary. You're just gonna see the game." I said that's why a lot of people watch it on their phone so they can hear the commentary.
She thought she was about to hear the people talking about the matches.
Yeah, I'm like, babe, when we went to go to the Yankee game, did you hear them talk about, who's batting and how many strikes? No. They just say the person who's coming in, and that's it. It's the same thing with wrestling. They tell you who's coming down the ramp.
Fight.
Yeah. But it's funny you mentioned that. Where I was sitting, most of us, the people that in like my section, we were sitting down. But there was one section like a little bit to the left side of us. They stood up the entire time. And people were yelling like, "Yo, sit down."
4 hours?
It's wrestling.
But isn't the event like 4 hours anyways? Why are you standing up the whole time?
No, AEW was like 5.5 hours, almost 6 hours.
And they stood up majority of the time?
Yeah, I didn't stay the whole time. We got there like 6:45, and we left at like 11, bro. It was too much. I couldn't.
And it still wasn't done?
It still wasn't done.
That's insane.
It was like 10. I'm sorry. We still like 4 hours. Crazy. We were there for 4 hours. It went pretty quick. The matches were pretty cool. But my wife doesn't really know the wrestlers in AEW. She knows WWE. But for her experience, it was pretty cool. When the pyro hit, that shit was loud. Like that. It was like,
you were that close where it was,
yeah, it was loud, bro. It scared the shit out of me a couple times. But there was 2 matches back to back that got super bloody. And my wife's like, "I can't do this." I was like, "All right, so let's get out of here." So we left. But yeah, people standing up at events, like, why are you doing that? There's no reason.
I can understand in certain moments.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? We stood up and started like, "Oh," we started clapping.
Like, listen, your team about to score. Hey, by all means, I understand because I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
But literally, before the game even started, just standing up. Guys, there's people sitting behind you. And these guys weren't like small dudes. They were tall as hell.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro, I can't see over you. Like, I'm here to enjoy my birthday, man. Go move.
Yeah. Luckily, you were able to move too, though.
Yes.
Luckily, you were able to move.
Because the weather, the team sucks, the other team sucks. So, like, the stadium was kind of empty.
Yeah. I did see that because you posted some videos. I'm like, there's nobody there, bro.
It's empty. I loved it. I said, good.
Yeah.
Make Woody Johnson pay for his he got to suffer a little bit, hurt his pockets a little bit, that bump, but so wrestling, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah. They were just standing the whole time. And it's like, I don't get it. But bring us into the intro, man. Let's start with the intro and let's take it from there.
Yo, I'm shocked, bro. I don't even know what day it is, what time it is. You know what it is?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last episode. Chris don't know. Man.
You know what it is though too? It's we're recording later than we usually do. So like,
about an hour later, yeah.
I took an extra nap today.
Wow.
So like,
old man Chris is coming full force after 32.
I'm just waking up off the nap, bro. I'm just waking up off the nap.
So my brain is not braining right now. Hit, bro. That's it. Chris is done. Cooked. As the young kids say, the YN, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, don't say that. What's wrong? You know what YN stands for?
I know what it stands for, Christopher.
You're sick. You're a sick man.
There are people watching this that don't know, but now they may know because of your reaction, Chris. I was trying to go through like something smooth there, and you messed it up.
There's no smooth, man.
Not everybody knows, though.
We have our system.
That's it. We're getting canceled now.
Hold on, wait. I got you. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Art of Nonsense podcast. This is episode 39. I'm Chris Anthony, and that's
Landmine Kaboom. But why is your mouth open, though?
Because, man, it's for the enthusiastic look.
I will say, I'm glad you didn't do no segue on that one, because your segs have not been weighing. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's crazy.
No.
My segs always weigh.
They haven't been segging, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's crazy. He a hater, man.
Nah. So I was gonna mention, did you see the news? Obviously, you saw the news of Netflix just buying everything nowadays. So they're acquiring HBO Max for $86.7 billion.
But here's my question.
What's the question?
Is Netflix not in debt? Where are they getting this money from?
Bro, they just paid WWE like $10 billion.
No, I know, but there was like reports that they were like
They were losing money. Yes. That was like 2 years ago.
But where are they getting these millions and billions of dollars to pay for stuff like WWE and HBO Max?
And they're working on building a film studio in New Jersey.
HBO Max is crazy.
What'd you say?
I said acquiring HBO Max is actually like insane.
Yeah. But I just saw in the news earlier before we went live that Paramount is trying to purchase HBO Max. So although they're saying they acquire, you know, it goes to like the court and all that stuff, like the way Activision was, it took so long. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if Netflix were to get this, it kind of feels like a monopoly at some point because of all the IPs that they will now own.
Yeah, they have DC, they have
Warner
like
Brothers,
a bunch of
and Discovery. Bro. So it's all of those. And you know, people saying, "Oh, look at Disney. They own ESPN, they own Hulu. You know, they have Star Wars. There's a lot of like, you know, Marvel. There's a lot of IPs. This would be pretty big because now you got Harry Potter and you got DC. Those are like the two biggest IPs that they have. But they also have a lot of TV shows, stuff like that, and a lot of their library too. You got to think about all the other old movies and TV shows that they own that's gonna be on there. So now Sopranos will come back to Netflix where it once was, and I was talking about this too. They will then raise the price of Netflix because now everything's gonna be combined.
It's already what, like $30 a month?
So think about it. You're gonna be paying like $60 for Netflix and you can have all that content.
It's back to cable if that's the case.
And you know what they have? There's contracts that HBO has with like the NBA, with the MLB. They show certain sporting events. And pay-per-views that have AEW on HBO Max as well. So is AEW and WWE going to be under the same umbrella?
Nah, that'd be insane.
You know,
I wonder if it goes through. Because obviously the news is that they're acquiring it.
Yeah. So if it does go through, I think it might. But, you know, I was thinking about it too. It's crazy. Back in the day when Netflix was first starting out, they were like a mail-in DVD system. You ask for the movie, they'll send you the DVD in the mail. They wanted to do a deal with Blockbuster, but Blockbuster didn't find their vision to be, you know,
and look at Blockbuster now.
They were trying. They were like looking at it like
it didn't make sense to them.
Yeah, they didn't see it as profitable. You know, they will say Blockbuster was saying like no one wants to have their movies mailed to them. They want to go to the store, look at the movies. That was their motto. Now look
how wrong they were.
You know what I mean? Freaking juggernaut. It's insane. It's insane.
It's because it went all digital, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you know, you look back at I Am Legend, right? The movie, and you see that Will Smith in the movie just has DVDs and VHS. He just has movies. When was the last time you put a DVD in a DVD player?
What's a DVD player?
Your Xbox can play DVDs.
Bro, I haven't had a DVD player in forever.
You know, if you try to buy one now, they're like over $300.
Why?
And Best Buy is putting DVDs back into their stores. You remember they removed it.
But that's still weird. Why? Everything is digital.
But that's the thing. Think about this. I Am Legend. The internet goes out. You can't watch your Netflix. You got to rely on the hardware.
Either way, but what hardware, bro?
You got to have a collection, Christopher.
I know somebody that has a collection, but
I used to have a collection.
I just don't see the use in that, to be honest.
You know, I'm not a big collector, but I was a DVD collector, bro.
You're a big seller.
I had a big collection of like limited edition DVD Blu-rays. You know,
really?
I had the Scarface box. And
Me too.
Yo, you know what I'm talking about with the money clip? Yeah. I had that. I had this. I had the Godfather box set. I had Transformers box set. All of them. And whenever they come out, I'll be like first in line to get them because they were like limited editions.
Yeah.
I remember when the Avatar like first box set came out. I was like, I'm getting it. I have to. How do I not? And I ended up selling all of them, bro. I don't have them no more.
Man, look at you. See.
I went down a rabbit hole, bro. I had an all Al Pacino collection. Literally every movie he's ever done on DVD.
That makes sense because he's your favorite actor. So.
Yeah. And then I was working on my Robert De Niro collection and my Denzel Washington collection. I sold all of them, bro. So I used to. But now you can actually, you know this too, like you can buy them and then you download the digital from the DVD and you put it to like a hard drive, which is smart too. So I started doing that. I still have a hard drive in my drawer that has like over, I want to say 600 movies.
Damn.
Yeah.
600 movies is crazy.
Yeah, it's a 2 terabyte.
Golly.
Yeah. So I mean, some of them are not all like
perfect condition.
Yeah, so they're not like, there's some that are like 4K. Like when 4K was first starting to come out, so it's like 4K, but a lot of them are just 1080p or whatever the standard is.
Watchable.
Yeah, yeah. And I have them still there. I've never used it once, but it's in my hard drive.
It's there. Hey, at least you got something.
So that's a thing. But the other thing I was gonna mention to you with the whole Netflix thing, I also remember, you know, we used to give out your password and they cut down on that, and then a lot of companies started doing the same thing. And that's when they started losing their money because you'll buy it, but now 20 people in your family have the same account.
I used to do that.
I know, we all did it. So that's
why I don't use Netflix anymore, because the account I use, they kicked me out.
Yeah.
So
it's so bad that
Netflix.
When I try to log into Netflix at my job and it says you're not a part of this account, I'm like, bro, I just gave you the information.
It's my account.
Yeah. But because the internet is not saying, like, you know, it only allows me to do it on my phone and at home.
That's crazy.
So that's how they do it.
Shout out Crunchyroll, man. You know?
Yeah. If there's one thing, Crunchyroll, they let you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though I gotta wait, you know, to watch things in English sometimes.
That has to do with you though, because you watch everything in English.
I mean, I speak English, no? Don't you speak English?
I know, but you know, arigato, man.
Anyway. So let me ask you this. I know you're not a big wrestling fan, right? But your favorite wrestler of all time is going to retire next weekend. Are you going to watch it?
I'm going to cry.
John Cena, 23 years.
That's my guy, man.
It feels weird because I feel like no other wrestler has ever done a retirement like this, where it's like a tour, like the way Kobe did it.
Yeah, he got the Kobe tour.
It's insane.
But I like that though. I think it's because a lot of the other wrestlers,
Jeter did it too.
They always fake retire though.
Yes, and he's mentioned that.
I think he's actually
he said like,
yo, I'm done.
Yeah, like I've known other people have said they retire and they come back. He goes, I cannot physically do this anymore.
Right. So
I respect that.
That's why this is the first time we're seeing it, because he's the first one to be like, yo, this is all I got left of me. Whatever happens, happens. This is my last year. It's over.
Yeah.
I got other things I got to do. And it makes sense. Finally, a wrestler is going to commit to retiring. He's not going to be like 80 years old, still wrestling like Ric Flair, you know?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of them, they can't let go. They love the business so much. Like they can't let go of that feeling of being in the ring, being in front of an audience. But I think he's become not bigger than wrestling, or maybe as big as wrestling, where anywhere he goes, he's starting to bring attention to him, like the way The Rock is, the way Dave Bautista is. Like they are becoming larger than life characters outside of the ring, you know? And I think for John Cena, he's never been my favorite wrestler. I always thought he, you know, because coming up, he was Thugonomics, right? The white boy that's rapping.
Thug Life.
Yeah. And I always thought that was corny. But growing up, you know, being that I'm like very big into hip hop, I'm like, who is this white boy trying to be? Like, I took offense to it, you know? And I think like that's probably what he was going for. I don't know. But I took offense to it. You enjoyed it because you bought his album and you went for his signing and everything.
Yup. Thug Life, man. I had the brass knuckles and everything.
Did you really think he was a good rapper though?
Oh no, definitely not. he was ass, but he was like a safe 50 Cent at the time.
Wow. So he was the censored version, right? Or non-censored? How would you call it?
He wasn't necessarily censored either. He was just.
Did he curse in his raps?
Families. No.
Wow. So he was a Will Smith version.
Not that I remember. But that's what it was.
I recently watched his interview that he did with what's his name? I was watching on YouTube. Joe Rogan, and he's cursing a lot. And I'm like, this is the squeaky clean guy? Why is he saying F this and S this? And it's like, what?
That's how he talks on a regular basis, man.
Bro, it was just kind of weird because he's always been the clean cut, respectable person.
He's just tired of it. You know how hard that is to do forever?
Yeah.
He's what? He's like in his 50s now, right? Almost?
Yeah, I would say so.
Like late 40s, early 50s type joint? He's old.
He said something very interesting in the interview.
Though.
So, he doesn't have kids and he doesn't want to have kids, right?
Right.
And his passion was wrestling. So he said he didn't want to have a kid and then be irresponsible and not be around for both his wife and child.
Right.
And he didn't want to be selfish in that way. He's seen a lot of other people go through it in the wrestling business. And he's like, this thing that I'm doing, I'm very passionate about. And I want to make money in this. And it's hard to do that when you have a family. Like, you can do it. People are doing it. But he was so focused, laser focused.
He didn't want to be absent.
Yeah. So people asking him in his later years, like, you're going to be out of the business? Do you want to have a kid? He's like, no, like, I don't want to bring a child into this world because now outside of wrestling, I'm doing movies, I'm doing TV shows, I'm always traveling. And it's like, this is what I love to do. And I can't separate those two. You ever feel like if you were ever to make it at some point and you haven't had kids yet, that you would be something like that? Like, this is where I'm focused, or you want to step aside? You'll be able to balance both, or how would you do it?
I think I would have to. I would rather, especially if I had that much money, I'd bring a kid into the world. If I had that kind of money, I would have to figure out balance, and my fans would have to understand, like, yo, I may not be there for everything because I got a family now, type of thing. But I understand his mindset, though. I get it, and that's just how he feels. Some people feel that way. I personally would be like, at least I'm bringing one of y'all in here. What's up? Yeah, let's go. If I had his kind of money, but I get it completely, to be honest with you. He don't want kids. He never wanted them. So
yeah,
he just gotta, that's his life.
I think I've mentioned it too on the podcast that I never wanted to have kids. Like, that was something that I never wanted because my love for DJing and making music at a young age was, this is all I want to do. Right. I want to just produce. I want to DJ. I want to tour. And in that life, it's so hard to balance that kind of lifestyle. And in the beginning, it was just, that was my mindset. Like, yeah, I'll date. I'll commit to someone, but to commit to bringing a child, I just, in my mind, I couldn't do it.
It's a lot.
I couldn't do it.
It's a lot.
And when I stepped aside from DJing and I was dating my son's mother, and we decided to have my son, I immediately gave it up. My dad was upset. My uncle at the time, God rest his soul, was upset with me because they saw a lot of potential in what I was doing. They're like, you were just getting there. Like, people are just noticing you. You're stepping away. And I'm like, I don't want to take away from this family that I'm trying to build, And it kind of backfired because I ended up going back to it, but it wasn't with the same passion. Like, I could try to force it. And I was like, I was so close. I could do it. Let me go back. And it made things worse. And I think that's another thing too. People are, they're not thinking in a sense when they do have children. I mean, not to say like you shouldn't have kids or whatever if you're in love, but when you do have a family and you're still pursuing this dream of yours, there's a conversation that needs to be had with both parties, whether it be male or female. If you're gonna go ahead and pursue this, there's got to be some balance there. And I think some people just like, nope, you met me doing this. This is what I'm gonna do. You got to support me. And if they don't support them, then that's when things start to get messed up.
Right.
I know you mentioned when you were making music, there was some issues there too, because you're in the studio, you're performing, and there's not as much time. Even though you made time, but when you're away, it's a lot harder. That's the thing that I think a lot of people don't take in consideration, like to not be selfish. And that's where, like, going back to John Cena, he says, I'm selfish because I'm doing what's best for me.
It definitely is. But hey, that's his life.
Mm-hmm.
I know people will probably be upset at that, but I'm like, yo, if that's what he wants to do, you can't be mad at him. Like, that's his decisions to make. If he doesn't want to have a baby, he ain't gonna have a baby, man.
Yeah. So he's gonna be retiring. His last match is next Saturday in Washington. It's crazy. I can't believe it. Like I said, I never was a fan, but to see 23 years of this guy and the fan base that has grown from it. You're talking about people that, like you, like a teenager, young kid. Now you're in your 30s. Let's say you would have had a kid. Your kid, and if you're a wrestling fan, would have been watched. Like, it's generations. 23 years is generations of watching one man and being a fan. It's the same thing like fans of LeBron. Look how long LeBron's been playing.
His son is in the league now.
He's in the league so long, his own kid is playing with him. It's crazy. It's
insane. And not only that, just playing at such a high clip. Like, speaking of LeBron, with the whole 10-point thing, he just broke.
That was from like 2007, I think, or something like that.
Bro,
10 points or more.
The last time he hasn't scored 10 points was the iPhone wasn't even a thing.
That's
crazy. That's actually crazy, bro. He's been playing at such a high clip since before the iPhone, bro.
That's insane. Yeah.
But John Cena, that's my GOAT. But I'm happy for him because he's actually committing to the decision and, moving forward in a different place in his career. And I think he's a good actor.
Yeah, I think he's gotten better. He's gotten better faster than The Rock in 100%. A short period of time of acting. Because John, you go back to the Marine, that's bad.
Yeah.
But
100%.
As you see him progress, he's gotten better, even as a comic role, like, doing funny stuff. It's so good. That's
where I first saw it. And then in the comic roles, he'll have like a serious scene, and I'm like, yo, hold on.
Yeah, there's something there.
He might be all right.
Yeah.
Batista's still the best, but
yeah.
He was probably the least popular wrestler out of the three of them, though.
Well, yeah, he's also had a short period of time, too. Like, in wrestling, it was probably like 10 years of him wrestling, maybe a little bit shorter. But he went into acting very quickly, and he's taken off. Like, and he said it, too. Batista said it where it's like, I'm selecting roles that I've challenged myself to be a better actor. Not just because, it's going to make me money. He's made some bad decisions. He's admitted to that. But...
everybody does though.
Yeah, he's and The Rock's done it too. Look at the Tooth Fairy. These are just bad roles that you just
more Scorpion King.
You take. I mean, it's true, but these are roles that are given to you early in your career, and you're like, this is what I want to do. So I'm gonna take this role and see where it takes me. And that's what I love about The Rock. I was a big fan of his show Young Rock. I hated that it got canceled. But he talks about those stories where, he's being introduced to this new lifestyle as a movie star while he's still wrestling in the height of his career. And that's the thing, too. If it wasn't for the movies, he probably would still be wrestling like the way John Cena was.
Right.
But because the movies came, and that's something he's always wanted. He's always wanted to be in entertainment business because his grandfather did that after wrestling. And, he was one of the villains in James Bond and the older movies with Sean Connery. And this is something that he wanted to do. And he's the biggest movie star. I mean, his movies have been declining, but there's been like a 3-year back to back where he's the highest paid actor.
Grossing, yeah.
And it's because of the Blockbuster numbers that he was doing for so long. And he aspired to do that. He said that he spoke to his agent and he told him, I want to be bigger than Will Smith. I want to be bigger than Arnold when he was in the 90s and 80s. I want to be bigger than Sylvester Stallone. And he surpassed that. It's insane. And he's a workhorse too. He's admitted too that like him coming up in the movie business and wrestling business, he didn't have a great relationship with his daughter. It's kind of what led to his divorce with his wife, which is his now manager, which is so freaking weird. Like his ex-wife is his manager, and
if it
they
works,
work
it works. Yeah,
they work together.
I'm not judging.
She has like part ownership of the XFL. Well, now it's combined with the American Football League, but it's XFL and AFL, and she's part owner of that with him. That's insane. You think you get divorced? Peace out. I don't want to see you again. They're like, no, by the way, before you leave, let's work together.
they got divorced on good terms, man. It happens sometimes.
Yeah. When he was doing his what was it? When he was doing for the Smashing Machine, he was doing press for it. They asked him like, how proud are you of your daughter that she's a wrestler? And he got real emotional.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
That was tough for him. Yeah, because growing up, he wasn't there really for her because he was at the height of his career. you know? And to see that she kind of followed in his footsteps, she was inspired by that. That's got to be like, it's got to be tough, but also like appreciative, like, wow, this is what you really want to do, you know? It's insane.
Especially for him, he was probably like, yo, I wasn't perfect, but the fact that she was inspired,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it, man. That's part of having kids.
It's
That's
crazy.
why I don't have any.
So let me ask you this, and we talk about it a lot, right? You're 32. You're young. You're not old. Let's not be stupid here. You're not old, but as you progress through the years, does it continue to go back into your mind, like as you get older, like when is that time gonna come, or you just going with the flow?
I'm kind of just going with the flow.
Okay.
Obviously that thought comes from time to time because it's just like,
because I know like your birthday came, you're like, I'm 32. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It happens fast every year. The year's almost over already. Pretty much, it is over.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more so because as men, it's a little different.
Well, yeah, you could be like Al Pacino, have a kid at 80, so you got time. Right. You got time, Chris. Don't worry. It can happen at any moment.
For us, it's a little different. But for me personally, like I still don't want to be the old guy with a kid.
Okay. Right? Yeah.
I'm not trying to be 60 years old with a 5-year-old in kindergarten. That's not me.
I feel you on that.
I do have like a cutoff date where it's like if I reach a certain age and I'm not even in like a relationship, good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
Snippity snip, gippity gip. We had that discussion already.
Yeah. But I don't get the snippity snip, gippity gip. I don't know where you go with that, Chris. You get a vasectomy, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he's talking about.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's like, what are you gonna do? Get a sex change, Chris? What are you doing?
No. Snippity snip, gippity gip.
It's like it didn't work so well as a man. I'm gonna go the other side.
I think I'm making the steps towards being ready for a relationship. Not that like I think I'm ready in a lot of different aspects, but I'm not ready financially.
Yeah, no, you've said that before. I think you take that very seriously. Like you don't want to go into a relationship being in debt or like not financially free. Like that freedom of
not
finances.
Even the debt thing isn't a problem. It's more so just being able to do specific things without it like crumbling my whole pockets and my bank account type of thing. Right? So it's like I want to be able to go out. I want to go on vacation with shorty. I want to do this. I can't do that right now. And that's fine. And some women will probably be like, yo, but like if she loves you, but that's cool. I'm talking about it from my perspective.
What
as
you
a
want.
Man,
what you want. Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I just don't. Now, if it happens naturally, by all means, I'll welcome it with open arms. But that's pretty much that's why I say I go with the flow, because it's like if something happens, I'm all for it. If nothing happens, I'm okay with that as well. I'm not in a rush to like force anything with the woman.
Yeah.
I still have my standards,
Yeah, no, I get
that's pretty much where I'm at.
No, I get that. I was it's funny, we're on the topic of wrestling and how life balance works. I was just thinking about another interview that Stone Cold had did, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, at the height of his career, he went through a divorce, and you would think like you're at this top of the mountain, you're married, there's so much success, there's so much to celebrate with your wife and your family that you have, and you just be like, I can't do this. Like everything that I want is in front of me, and not that he's saying like they are a problem, they're like an obstacle in his way, but he's saying I don't want to commit to you when I can't, because this right now is more important to me. And some people look at it like that's selfish. And that's why I keep going back to this, because it happens a lot with a lot of musicians, actors, athletes. Like there's just not enough time for everything. And that's why a lot of these relationships, especially in the wrestling industry, they just don't last unless the person you're marrying is also a wrestler.
Also a wrestler, yeah,
and they understand. Yeah,
but that's why like we had that conversation before, where it's like, can you date somebody within the same kind of like stratosphere of creativity? Yes, because they would understand. Hey, you do this, I do that. Even if it's a different realm, like if I'm video game, but she does content creation for like gym stuff or makeup or something, by all means, she would get it though. Like, oh, I got to do the same kind of thing just for mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about balancing, but balancing is easier said than done sometimes, you know, especially I think for them it's a little different too, because like I don't think we're necessarily super successful. We're successful to an extent, right? Like,
yeah, I'll build on that. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we're successful to it, but they're successful to like, they're at the upper echelon of success, you know, where it's like, I can't even imagine what it's like. Hey, how much people are calling you for this, this, and this, and I want you to do this event, I want you to be in this movie, I want you. That has to be overwhelming, you know? So
I was gonna say we are successful at a certain extent. You're absolutely right, because there are people, we've seen this, that started streaming with us at the same time and decided this ain't for them. They walked away. We're seeing it more now, 5 years later, because a lot of people started streaming and doing content creation during the pandemic. And then when life came back to normalcy, so to speak,
like, yo,
it's like,
it's
oh,
real.
I gotta work. I gotta go back to making money.
Yeah.
The streaming thing is so tough, and it's gotten harder now because it's so saturated. There's so many creators. We keep seeing people blow up left and right. Last year was Sketch. This year now we're seeing like people like Kai Cenat, you know, that are just blowing up to the point where they're everywhere. Like you see Drewski in commercials with T-Mobile. You see in soon you're gonna see, like I said, you see Speed doing his pro athlete challenge. Like they're just people like just blowing queso, burnt peanuts. Like they're just people that are just coming out of the woodworks. But that's just one for every like 100,000 streamer that's online right now. You know what I mean? And then you have your people like Ninja that just stay afloat, but kind of like the grandfather of the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you have little
OGs.
Then you have other people beneath them, and then there's other people, then it's us. You know what I'm saying? But it's just us because we're consistent with our passion. I think for us, obviously, this is something that we love to do. This is why we do the podcast. This is why we do our own content. But we look forward to growth, and we look forward to the day to being given the opportunity to make money and have this become our way of life, where we leave our jobs and this is everything this is our day job. This is what we work for. I don't think
it's already a job. This is work. It's work.
It is work. You know what's funny? You know what's funny you say that, bro? The other night I did overtime. It was Wednesday. I did like 2 hours overtime. I got home at like around 7. I took a shower, and the first thing I did was start recording. I didn't finish posting and editing the thumbnail till about 11 o'clock. And then Thursday I had to go to work and be at work at 7. Yep. So it is work. It's like I left my 9 to 5
to do another 5 hours of recording, editing, doing something.
Yeah. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And then people are like, oh, you only got like 10 views. Bro, it's the consistency that counts. People can always go back to these videos for reference or whatever. You know, you never know what it can be. You know what I mean?
And the only thing is, like, I hate when people say stuff like that. You know, because my kids do this at my school.
Oh, yeah, they'll troll you.
Be like, oh, but you only have X amount of. I was like, yeah. Sure, I may only got 50 views on that one video. That's fine. But imagine 50 people inside your room watching you.
Yeah.
That's what 50 views is. That's a lot of people. If you get 50 people to come out to watch, that's a lot. 10 people is a lot.
Yeah.
I hate this misconception of you need thousands and millions of views for it to be a lot. Listen, 20 likes is okay. That's a lot of people.
And then they'll get on you too, like, how long you been doing this? That's all you got? Like, bro, there's so much that goes into this. And there's a lot of changes too.
And the way we're going about it, we're not really like the rage baity.
No, we're not clickbaiting.
Like the cheap, I get a little clickbaity sometimes, but
but it's not like the IRL streamers the way they are.
Right. Like we don't go for the cheap thrill just to blow up for a little bit and then try to make it work. We're literally just being consistent with what we enjoy doing and putting out the content that we like. And that's another part, putting it out. Yo, sometimes I'll be forgetting, like, oh, I gotta post today. I gotta edit it. Oh, it's tough. It's a literal job.
Yeah.
A literal job.
The other part about it that people don't get is that it's, like I said, being consistent. So you're constantly having to put out clips, you're constantly to put out content, and it's why I stopped streaming. I was talking to Joey about this yesterday, where I remember I would stream all the time. It would be like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday. If I could do the weekends, I would try to stream as much as I can. But
like 4 to 5 times a week.
Yeah, and I would never put out content, and you guys would be like, "Yo, Lou, you got to put out content." I'm like, "Nah, I'm just gonna stream." I only got time to stream, bro. I took the streaming away, and I started putting out content constantly for the last 2 months, and
Love it.
I've been seeing growth of the consistency on all platforms. So it's like that's what I really want to do. But I was looking at streaming like, hey, this is the way I converse with the community, but not realizing I can do the same thing by posting. People comment, stuff like that. You build some type of community within those comments, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I've been doing. And it's never been more clear now than ever that, like, focus in a way where it's like, I'm not focusing on the streaming aspect anymore. I'm just focusing on the content, because that's what lives moving forward.
And if you can stream from time to time, by all means, it's right there for you. So
but it's not easy. So there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna look down upon it. They've been doing it since the beginning. I just love that we're in the space still, and that's something that I was telling Jovi too. Like, there are some people out there that don't take it as serious as us, and they may look at it like, oh, that looks like a hobby. Like, no, this is a job. It's not a hobby. Like, I take this serious. I look at analytics. I'm investing. I'm paying for Chat GPT and all this shit. Like, I'm putting in the work, And I think some people don't look at it that way. Like, oh, you're just wasting time and money. Like, no, this is for real. If I ever feel at some point like I'm not having fun, then I'll quit. But I still love this. I still love gaming. So it's like
even though it is a job, or it feels like a job at times, it's an enjoyable thing, because I like doing it. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the reward when something hits is like, yo, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like that other video, I didn't know that video was gonna hit. It was the first time I tried something new with the whole demo thing, and it worked out.
Yeah.
That one little video, but it wasn't like it didn't go super crazy, but it did better than a lot of my other videos. So it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I could figure this out. I could do something else. I could do platinums and this, and give my thoughts on this, and people like that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of that's another thing too. It's a lot of working pieces, right? Because it's like, man, do I really want to niche down and do this? Sure. Can I also do other things at the same time? Of course. But it's like, how do we maneuver through this whole content creation base, right? Because I'm even thinking about, I did the sports thing. I started a whole new page for that. I'm even thinking about doing like gym content, not necessarily like a workout guru or anything. Just like, hey, I'm a 32-year-old guy trying to get back in shape and get healthy because I'm getting old.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of content, that's
you just switching
where
it
my
up.
mind is.
Yeah.
So
like, you go back to when you started streaming. You started streaming before the pandemic, right? Like, you were streaming from like a 55-inch TV.
Right before.
Yeah. So 2019, let's say.
On my Xbox, looking like this on my 75-inch big screen TV on my little webcam.
So think about it, from 2019 to now, how much your content has changed.
Yeah. OD.
There's no way you can keep doing the same thing you did back then and now. It's just so much has been done. So you're just trying to find your footing, and that was something that for me, I was trying to do the same thing. Come to find out, like I told you earlier, like maybe like 2 weeks ago, we were talking
Call
about
of Duty, man.
I spent so much money just trying to figure out like where my lane is, and then it's like, I just love Call of Duty. This is what I love, and I just got to stick with it. Versus, oh, let me try NBA, let me try baseball, let me try wrestling, and it's like, oh, let me try this game or that game, and it's just so much inconsistencies and unsure of what my content is gonna be. Who the people watching, like, what am I getting going to your channel?
Right.
So making the decision to just go full throttle on Call of Duty is a decision that I should have made a long time ago. But I guess I was just trying to figure out, like, what am I supposed to do? Why am I doing?
You didn't want to be locked down to that. It makes sense.
Yeah,
because it's tough. It's like, yo, do I want to be locked down to this?
Yeah,
because you like being the freedom of being able to kind of just do whatever you please at the time is nice. But for content wise, I mean, you can still play all the games you want.
Yeah.
But it makes sense for content to be like, yo, this is what I like doing. This is what I like talking about. I got a passion for the game. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know?
But you don't have any donkey of the day, man. So I don't know how you want to end this.
Man, we've been talking and yapping this whole time anyway. So thank you guys for joining us to talk about the nonsense and the art of it.
Oh, before you say goodbye, Christopher, hold on.
Look at this guy.
We have the Game Awards. No. I just remember we have the Game Awards coming up.
We're going live.
We're going live, right?
I think so.
Game Awards, December 11th.
We're going live.
7:30, I think. 7:30 p.m. YouTube's.
Yeah.
It's going to be dope. I think Fresco's going to join us. Possibly Jovi. I don't know. He got a new Monster PC.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? You got to wear your quarter zip. You got a quarter zip?
No, I'm not wearing a quarter zip.
Wow. All right.
I do have a quarter zip. I got like multiple, but.
So you're just going to wear a regular shirt?
Yeah.
Wow. You're not even going to like shave or anything? You're just going to.
I'll shave. I'll look nice for it. You know, I'll give myself a taper or something.
Well, anyway. Yes. So on that note, we're out of here. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on our socials. Click the links in the bio. And yeah, that's it. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, why'd you put a thumbs down?
Nah.
It's like, peace.